Hear the scariest AI story I know?
Oh.
It's old, right? It's like
Should we dim the lights? Turn the candle on?
but it's from like the early days. Gather around, children. This is like early days of DARPA, okay? And this is when we were really seriously afraid that the Russians were going to send, 100 thermonuclear warheads at Washington and take out the whole country, okay?
Right.
So DARPA sets up this station at the top of the world to monitor the Soviet launch so that, because it only takes 24 minutes for a ICBM to get from the launch pad in Russia to hit New York or Washington. Mm-hmm. Okay. So we set up this station up there to monitor this so we would have some kind of a jump on this. Okay. Like we'd learn at about 8 minutes. My God, it was a radar station. That station, called the BMUS site or J site, is connected to the NORAD station in Cheyenne Mountain. The one from the movies, right? Okay. And it's like the first week of business. And the guys that are sitting there in the station looking for the alert are sitting there and they've been trained, like the alerts never go off. And all of a sudden the alerts go from 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 5 is endgame. Okay. So the information that the technicians are getting is now 1,000 Soviet thermonuclear missiles are on their way to Washington, D.C. with 99.9% certainty. Actual story. Okay. The guy panics, but he trusts. He says, wait a minute, because he's supposed to now give the launch code. Let's try and get the generals on the phone. They can't get the Pentagon general in charge of NORAD. They get a Canadian guy named General Sleeman. And Sleeman, my God, should we launch? Should we launch? Sleeman's like, wait a minute. Human thought. He remembered that the night before, he thought he saw Khrushchev on TV at the UN, he's famously banging his shoe. And he says, where's Khrushchev right now? They check. He's in New York City. Why would the Soviets send 1,000 nuclear weapons our way while their own leader is in New York? They said, I don't know, sir, but the radar returns are reporting this. And so someone had the idea at that BMU site to go outside. And lo and behold, what was there? A big, full moon. The system was reading the moon moving and misinterpreted it as 1,000 thermonuclear ICBMs coming.
Jesus Christ.
And they didn't launch.
So we came that close to the end of the world.
I mean, and it's an astonishing story. The documents are now declassified. But it is an actual indication of why that element of human intervention, why trust, why other information like, oh, I think I saw Khrushchev on the TV last night is so important. Because the machine said with 99.9% certainty, this is happening. We must launch in retaliation. True story.